My first YouTube posting, I don't know, but this is a 1952 Chevrolet two-door deluxe. It's been in the family since it was new. I'm the third owner. All original drivetrain, changed it over to 12-volt electrical system, and now I want to make a modification and put an overdrive transmission in it. The original transmission was a 3-speed unsynchronized transmission, manual transmission, and it is not good for highway driving. To take that original car on the highway and drive it 70 miles an hour for any length of time would definitely work the engine very hard, possibly even blow it up. So I've got a 3-speed overdrive transmission out of a 1966 Bel Air and a cast iron bell housing out of a 1954 GMC pickup truck. I was able to convert that, put the bell housing on to handle the bolt pattern of this 3-speed overdrive. The rear motor mounts would not line up, so what I did was I made a plate up here, just a flat plate with the bolt pattern holes to match the transmission mount, and then again back here at the back of this flat plate I did a bolt pattern again to mount the rear transmission motor mount on. Then I fabricated a plate with angles and bolt holes to match, and then I just put one hole up through the old transmission support, which that gets me mounted in. And the old torque tube drive line is gone. I'm having a drive line shortened, original 57 Chevy drive line. I'm going to have shortened to about 1 inch to make it fit this application. I did have to cut away a little bit of the frame, as much as I didn't want to, for the solenoid. Right in along here I had to trim a little bit of the frame out to make room for the solenoid. Also a little bit right along here to make room for the back of the 3-speed overdrive, which is a lot longer than the original 3-speed. My next challenge is going to be fabricating or modifying the shift linkage to match up with the shift linkage on this later model 3-speed. It's a bigger transmission. It's going to take a longer rod to match up to that shift levers on that. Also, speedometer cable is not long enough. I'm going to try a speedometer cable out of a 57 Chevy to see if that 56 Chevy to see if that one will work. I'm hoping it does. I have one laying around. But as for now, that's where I'm at on this project. If any of you guys out there have a 49 to 54 Chevrolet, you're looking at putting an overdrive transmission in, this is an alternative. I've seen a lot of, there are guys putting in 5-speed, Borg-Warner 5-speeds, and keeping the bench seat. My son and I both wanted to keep the column shift, keep it original looking inside the car and outside, but they have the drivability to take it on trips on the highway. Also, I'm going to have to modify my emergency brake cable bracket somehow. I did buy a new cable for a 57 Chevy. The rear axle is out of a 57 Chevy. That has been restored and ready to go. Here, I'll try to get a good look at it there. There's a conversion kit for the original leaf springs that you can buy. It's not real expensive. To convert the leaf springs, they're off just a little bit. So you can get the conversion kit, put in a Tri-5, or there's other alternatives to S10 rear ends and Nova rear ends, things like that guys put in these cars. I tried to keep it as old and vintage as I could Just happen to have a 57 Chevy sitting there that's a pretty bad rust bucket. I took the rear end down of that. So that's where I'm at on this. Hopefully I'll follow up soon as I figure out how to do the rest of this modification. But any of you guys out there have these old Chevys, you want to make them more drivable and keep the original look, this is an alternative. I'm totally winging this one. So a little bit of fabrication underneath the car is all it really requires. As far as the exterior, now this is going to have a lever underneath the dash for the overdrive. This is the old overdrive. You put it in third gear, and then you have the overdrive lever that fits underneath the dash. But that'll be the only thing visible from inside the car that'll give it away that it has an overdrive. But that's where I'm at. I hope to get the rest of this done, and I'll post another video with this on it. So any of you guys, if I can help anybody out with what I've discovered while doing all this. Another point to add, these old early 50s Chevrolets have a tunnel cover that comes off. As you can see up inside the car there. Take that cover off. I had to drop the transmission down in that hole. I couldn't go upward very easily. So I just dropped it down from inside the car to get it in. So that's where I'm at. Hopefully I'll get another